Hang on, just waiting to get going here. Hi, Mom. Okay, luckily I have no amnesia here. I reloaded after killing that guy yesterday. I actually felt a little bad about it.
Come on now, boy.
I like that this game actually challenges my conscience. So that's cool. So I got some mail here. Okay, I'm gonna head there. I'm a little bit worried all I've got is this Dutch mission, and I'm kind of hoping if I get mail that'll open another door. If not, we'll do Dutch.
Here.
There we go. He must be driving the driver crazy. I so don't care about these pelts, but I got them. You know, I have been in the car across this country a few times. My dad would get the family together in the car, and we'd drive 1,000 miles and go camping somewhere. And I'll tell you, one thing I hated as a kid was riding in the car on those long trips. I loved when we got there, I loved when we stayed there, I just hated driving there. And then when I moved out of state, I had to do that drive myself. And I discovered that it's not as bad when you're actually the one doing the driving. And watching this kind of has me wondering what it's like when you're riding a horse, because it's kind of weird in the middle, right? Because the horse is kind of driving for you a little bit, I would assume. Like, now I don't know anything about horses, but do they understand what a road is and just kind of stay on it for you? I don't know. But the terrain has to be a lot more interesting to navigate, so is it one of those things where I think part of the reason, like, when you're the driver, it's not as bad, because at least you're doing something. You're, you know, keeping your car from running off into a field. I don't know. Or is it just something you do it because you gotta, and there's really no getting around the fact that bonk! Situation.
Already.
Really? I hope my horse shits in front of you. Go faster! I'll tell you, this autopilot doesn't give me a lot of hope for self-driving cars. That was one of the things I enjoyed doing on Grand Theft Auto, was if I had to kill some time, like I was waiting for something to happen, I would put my character into a taxi and let the taxi take me there, and the success rate was not good. I have to be practical, right? Yeah. Cool. Alright. Can I hitch? Can I hitch? Hitch, hitch, hitch. Hitch, hitch, hitch. Here we go. Ready to hitch. Boy, that horse parks like my robot vacuum. I had a little tiny battery-operated piano once, which really just made weird little chimey tones. I learned how to play Ozuzan on it. Like, came with the Came with a little instruction booklet on how to play that song. 1 1 2 1 2. Didn't actually use it. Used numbers.
Greetings. Good to
Didn't
see you.
use keyboard. Your traditional keyboard notes. Theodore 11.
Oh dear. Have you come down with the flu as well, sir?
Nope,
Flu?
I have tuberculosis.
No. What are you talking about?
Nothing. It's just been going around, that's all. Anyway, how can I help you?
But the story of the boy Callie's final adventures has been quite a sensation. The Wild West may have obtained, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is about the guy who had me. This is the guy that had me
Some locals here
confront
are nice.
that guy.
Some are real sleazy.
I wish he would shut up.
Don't ask questions, especially if they come through to just pay off a bounty.
I love how he was sitting there talking to me while I'm trying to like deal with that.
See you later.
That means I got paid. Okay. Well, I guess I can save my game finally.
Hey, partner.
Hello, mister.
Got a train going into the station real soon.
Oh boy. Okay, well, I guess I will save my game. Dutch it is. Boy, I hate that fuck. Okay. I think it's funny just how polarized against Dutch that I am. He is not a good leader. It's way too fucking impulsive. And I get story-wise why they had to do that. It's just, it kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, because being somebody that has worked professionally with a variety of bosses over the years, I've gotten spoiled by the fact that I've had good bosses. You know, and to see such a terrible boss is just kind of offensive to me. I'm a supervisor where I work, so I gotta be very careful, like, how I treat the people working under me. And I've seen Dutch do some things I would never do.
Howdy.
It's like, no. I'm not a big fan of everything being just trust me on this. Could also just be that his stories tend to be a little inconvenient, because frankly I get tired of uprooting and putting the camp in a different place. You'll notice I don't really go back to my camp anymore. It's like, where is it? I don't know. I don't feel like going to it. Yeah, well, I think my mom's saying that they wrote it to be that way. I think she's right. I'm not looking at it so much as a story point of view, and I think because I do agree, by the way, he probably is written that way. It's part of making the story unfold. I just feel like I'm way ahead of the characters on seeing if there's something wrong here. I am still in awe of the artistic quality of the imagery we're getting here. I'm actually at work learning more about how they probably did this, and let's just say that part of the reason graphics are as good today as they are, I mean, okay, we've got better hardware that can draw it. We've got better software that can make it, but there's another aspect to this. There are people running around, like, what they're doing now is they have a lighting mode that's more realistic. I'm pretty sure they're using what's called PBR on this game, which stands for physically based materials, something like that. And what they try to do is say, okay, if something has so much of a metallic quality to it, there's actually a number attached to that. And regardless of which renderer you're using, oh, neat. There's a fight going on. What I'm trying to say is, if you grabbed any of these assets, assuming it's PBR, and I think it is.
Hell.
Anyone else want to try taking my drink?
Shall I?
Bunch of Marys in this town. Someone best pour me another whiskey.
I kind of want to meet this guy. I think, as long as I'm right that they are using PBR, then they could probably take all the models in this game, put them in a different game engine, like Unreal, for example, and you would get the same result. And so, with them standardizing like that, there are people who are doing scans and measuring values like that and making that available.
You ain't from around here, are ya?
You still betting away every dollar you work?
Howdy.
Say that again.
This guy's got an itchy trigger finger.
Oh, you think you're real tough too, huh?
Hey there.
Okay.
Now that's a right something.
That's something.
You're a dead man.
Uh-huh.
Let me go, damn it.
I'm sorry, partner.
God damn you. Goddamn fools.
You been whooped?
I'll have a whiskey.
Let's do this like adults.
I hear some
Hell,
sounds going
mister,
on.
you look like I feel. You all right?
Hanging in there.
Well, have yourself a drink.
Okay.
You working at the mine then? Used to get quite a few of them boys coming in, especially after the saloon closed in Annisburg. But even they don't come here now. You know, things is bad when miners is passing up whiskey and whores. This damn
Molly
place.
won't help you.
Why am I even talking to you? Well, shit!
Christ almighty.
Holy Ghost. Oh, hell.
Hey there.
That fella?
Here, I'll take the trash out. What the fuck's going on? I'm reloading the game. Ultimately, where I was going with what I was talking about just there is I feel like between all the scanning that's been done, like you could actually get, for example, a scan of freshly poured concrete. Freshly poured and freshly laid down, meaning that you have numbers for how shiny it is, and that's all consistent, blah, blah, blah. Well, ultimately what this means is the tools we have today could make games on earlier systems look better. And that's the part that's actually kind of fascinating. Like, I'm really curious what a Super Nintendo game would look like done today, because Donkey Kong Country was a BFD when it came out, because they used 3D rendering to make it so that they could have more animation. Plus it fit into the art style of that game. But what computer animation buys you that you didn't have before back then was, if you have a bouncing ball, when you do it 2D, you have to draw every frame of that bouncing ball. So if you want smoother animation, you have to pay somebody to generate those in-between frames. But on a computer, a bouncing ball is... The data is, here's where it starts, here it is at the top of its arc, here's where it ends, and maybe something to say, do this a few times, but the computer figures out everything in between. I still don't understand why they call this Annisburg. Annsburg. That guy was a dick. I should have just left him tied up and flopping around like a fish. By the way, my Deadeye core is down, my Stewie meter there. Sorry, I don't have a better term for it. I didn't catch if beer would actually improve that. So I'm going to give that a try here.
Well, I need to get along with it.
So long.
Miss.
Hey, y'all.
Keep to yourself.
Actually, let me get some food. I'll get the lamb's heart,
Enjoy.
because that sounds awesome. Sarcasm noted.
Hell, mister, you look like I feel.
It is weird to me, by the way, that they have a printed menu. I don't know if that... Oh, man.
I can help you really relax.
Really?
Hey, folks. Hi.
I can only recline or rejector.
All right, I'm only offering.
Ma'am?
Why do I think at some point you were supposed to be able to interact with her and they took it out at the last minute?
To get free meals off of me.
Okay. It is interesting to me that he coughed there. The tuberculosis taking its toll on him. So I'm not sure what that'll do.
Oh, I'm ready to
Whoa! Whoa! Okay, fine, you too. Throw it! Let's try to throw the dynamite there. I don't understand what's going on here. I have a... Remember I found it? It was just really buried in the menu. I don't understand why this place is so rough and tumble. I didn't even do anything to that guy. I literally just ordered a beer. I'm gonna reload one more time. I'm gonna eat. And then I think I'm gonna leave right after, because I do need to eat. Let's see. It's interesting to me that he started coughing there. I'm a little concerned that this game has a timer now that he has the tuberculosis. But that would be very inconsistent with Rockstar games. But there's also no reason to say they would never do that. So I'm curious what'll come of this. No, I agree. I'm just not sure what you're supposed to accomplish, because I don't think what you're supposed to do is kill everybody in the saloon. That makes no sense to me. Boom, boom. Doom, 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 doom. I'm so happy I saw my little gray buddy today. We had a rare daytime sighting of the gray cat. And I think he's either gaining some weight or he's changing his coat. He looks a little rounder than usual. That was a great sound effect. Oh, I never noticed that. There's a shipwreck here. Wow. I don't remember this being here before. Yeah, he is not doing so hot.
Okay there?
How do you do?
This inn open? Don't! Can't tell if this is tuberculosis or if this is,
It's sunny.
What? That was a pretty good, interaction. Well, at least it's sunny. You serious?
Careful, big man.
Why are you... Arthur, please don't be a dick in here. Wait. Grand... Oh. What? What? Huh. Is that... Where is she? That's interesting. And the reason I was wutting over that was, like, this happened 10 years ago. Like, they don't even have a photograph of her. Oh, 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 oh.
Push me. You think you're real tough, huh? Real tough guy.
Your funeral, big man.
Your best hope for a miracle, pal.
Saving my game. I would much rather go look for her than go talk to Dutch right now, so yes, I'm being lazy.
Hell, mister.
Oh, I got a duel?
Phil, you all right?
Alright.
Around here, you ain't scaring nobody.
You are kind of scary. How about you,
I ain't never missed once. You're as green as grass, huh?
Wait, are we dueling? Wait, are we dueling? Wait, I wanted to duel. I was blocked by somebody. Fuck him. I think I was supposed to duel with him, but I was blocked by the scary guy.
Prettiest girl I've seen in
Hey,
6
mister.
states.
Find another spot for loitering.
Kiss my ass. If you think I won't detonate a stick of dynamite in here, you're crazy. I'll come back to life. You won't. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Did that guy reappear?
Mister?
Evening.
Okay. I don't remember that boat being there before, but I'm not sure I would have noticed it before. I'm kind of wondering if that's related to my return from that island.
Hey.
I don't know how to find that woman, and I'm afraid to look, 'cause I'm worried they'll tell me exactly where to go. That's what I hate about clues like that. It's like, although I'm pretty familiar with this game now, I'm not really sure... Actually, I'm going to read that again. Missing person. Princess Isabeau, Katharina Zins, Grand Duchy, sorry. Didn't mean to say Duchy. A reward of 1 for safe return. The princess participated during a royal visit to the United States in June of '84. She has blonde hair and birthmarks on her right hand and cheek. If found, please return her to the nearest sheriff's. Does flipping this do anything? Boy, there's like nothing there. Doesn't even tell me which state this happened in. So I'm going to avoid looking that up for now. I was hoping it would put up a radius somewhere like it does with the treasure maps. Alright, let's go see what this asshole wants. I've still got about a half hour. I'm starting to realize one of the things I appreciate with this game is the good use of earth tones. When I first started getting into texturing, I remember having a real difficult time catching that right shade of green, and one of the guys I've worked with who's won a ton of awards in this industry, awards you've heard of, clued me into something I wasn't really thinking of before, and that is basically when I look at like the shade of green for grass or something, I actually look at the individual channels, red, green, and blue, and there are tools you can use to shift their ranges, but the confusing thing is you would expect that to be called color correction, and it's not. That's actually, at least in Photoshop, that's actually a different tool. Curves/levels is closer to what you actually want for that. And so when you have, like, let's say, like we've got this, let's say let's pretend where Arthur is right now. Let's pretend we took a picture of that as a painting. And in Photoshop, I wanted to add a different picture that had, like, maybe there's a bad guy who's standing on a tuft of grass, okay? And I want to put him in so it's like he's part of the frame here. The levels tool is what you'd actually use to change, because you can't assume he would be photographed in the same lighting. Maybe you need to darken it or what have you. Well, I would darken it, but I would do it on red, green, and blue each first. What a stupid camera position. And then I would tidy it up at the very end. And the idea is to put the same color range, give it the same color range on both photos so they match. And understanding that part of it, then it isn't too hard to go from there to say, this grass has too much yellow in it, so I'll turn down the green and turn up the blue a little bit. Or I'll turn down the red and the green and up the blue. And you do that until you get to that familiar nature-y shade of green. Because a lot of times if you photograph grass, it'll turn out too yellow or too blue. Anyway, sorry, probably went a little too much into that. But suffice it to say, I pay a lot of attention to exactly what shade of green is on the ground, because it doesn't take you don't have to be off by very much to not be able to recognize it anymore, or more importantly, know there's something wrong. I hope I don't go halfway through this game and have to restart it because he gets sick and dies and you can't do anything about it. I don't think that happens in this game, but I played a game called Star Control 2 a long time ago, and it actually did have a time limit. You had a little tiny calendar on a small part of the screen, and you never really paid attention to it until you got later in the game. That calendar could tell you, month, date, and year. And there's a certain point where the bad guys will do an offensive and just start obliterating everybody in the universe. And so I ended up getting about halfway through the game and having to reload because of that, because I didn't realize I had that time ticking. And on a side note, there were certain parts of the game where the day of the month actually mattered. They're like, oh, on the 5th this anomaly will appear, and it happens it happens exactly to the calendar. Well, here's a fun fact. GTA actually has day of the week, and it does matter, especially the stock market, because you can invest in the stock market in a single-player game, and some of the rules to how things change are affected by the day of the week, but not the month. And on a side note, I think this game operates under similar logic, because otherwise I would have hit winter by now. So it's like this game will tell you the time of day. I don't know if this one will tell you the day of the week, but the time of the day does matter. Okay. Now I feel like I'm in the first part of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I'm gonna go ahead and save my game here. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sleep, because I think this guy could use it. And then I'm going to save my game. I hate not being able to run through my own camp. Oh, a little heavy on the fog here, guys. I still haven't color corrected my TV. I don't know if I'm complaining about the graphical choices or my TV's contrast being too high. I think I know why that door is lit up. Did you notice the door was visible even though the walls weren't? It could be because that moves. They didn't bake the lighting into it. I actually encountered that on something I'm doing right now. Look at all the bullet holes. What? Is somebody here? Oh.
You awake yet? What?
You're a dick, Arthur.
Is that you?
You get 13 hours, buddy. Sleep off that tuberculosis. I hope that really is tuberculosis and that I'm not just like picking something similar. I don't remember now. That's the problem with not having the right amount of free time. Wow, look at this arrangement.
Oh, hey, Arthur.
Hi.
Good to see you again, Karen. Where's Molly, by the way?
Nobody's seen her in ages. Good riddance,
It's good to see you again, despite the circumstances.
You too.
Is it possible that that missing woman is actually in our crew? I have a bit of a blind spot with faces, so I don't know. There's got to be some food. Oh, hello.
Watch yourself, Reverend.
That's what I would say to a reverend. Watch yourself! Hang on, I know there's some food around here. See, this is why I hate changing camps. Don't know where the fuck anything is. Is that a chore? Needed for camp guards? I don't know why it told me that. Let's see if this map can do anything for me. Where's the food? It's actually making me hungry. I haven't eaten. Where's the food? Isn't there... It's... afternoon. Isn't there usually a mark on the map for the food? I didn't know that was an option. Okay. Where's anything? I miss campfires so badly. You've discovered the location of a legendary fish. Huh. Okay, well I'm just gonna save my game. Wait a minute. What am I... Yeah, I'll just save my game. I mean, I did have lamb heart 12 hours ago. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I saw you got I got an email. I'll have to check that later, though. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, hey.
You want something?
Good to see you again. What do we do now? Clearly we need to move. I'll speak to
Pick a place. Man, I hate Dutch.
White 2. You okay there? Working it all out. Once and for all, Arthur.
Uh-oh.
What now? We're back, and I'm sitting here, and I am contemplating the great journey of the sun and considering a famous chess move. Those oily enactors of a mediocre justice, the Pinkertons, and their benefactor, the depressing millionaire Leviticus Cornwall, they want us, Arthur. They want us. And
We might have...
Maybe they ain't the problem. Meaning? I don't know, it's just... running off someplace else. But the game ain't... My final...
This is why I think he's a bad boss.
I'm more interested in... Life ain't such a thing to cling on to so tightly, no doubt.
Oh, jeez.
What about the women? You sound like Hosea. I asked you a question. What do you think? We can't stay here. That much is obvious. Where are we gonna run to? I mean, they chased us from the west. They chased us over the mountains. They ran us into the sea. Arthur, do you have my back? Always, Dutch.
Why?
But there's more than your back to worry about. We need more money.
We've been on the run for months now, and I seen you killing folk in cold blood like you always told me not to. And I'm sorry, but I can't help but think that if we
There is country in Roanoke Ridge past Butcher Creek I believe we could hold.
Okay.
You and Charles, you could take folks up that way. Micah and I need to do some reconnaissance. I ain't got a final plan yet. Arthur, I ain't got it.
We're supposed to have more wind tonight.
I just
have a
need
feeling.
time.
I'm not in danger of losing power, and I'm not in danger of a fire. But one of the things that realistically can affect me is LA exists kind of over a mountain range. So, for example, there could be a fire on the other side of the range, and we wouldn't be affected. Maybe some haze, but that can screw up traffic patterns, which could screw up the critical highways here, which could prevent me from going home in a reasonable amount of time.
Hello.
I don't have to cross a mountain range to get
Charles.
home, so
Will you ride with me?
worst case scenario, I'm backstreeting it. So
Where are we headed? Up past Butcher Creek.
it's hard for me to get too worried
Blue
about.
country.
Oh,
That's
I hate
why
those
I'm
guys.
asking you to ride with me.
I've already encountered them. He's like, I'm getting this gun instead.
I understand.
And dynamite. Let me holster my dynamite.
What are we doing?
Wait, where did he put that
Looking for
stick
a
of
place to
dynamite?
hole up. Even
Hang
though I
on.
won't follow us up there too
Where's that
late.
dynamite? Where's that dynamite?
I did some scouting up there while you boys were away.
And?
I think he put it the same place Link puts his sword.
I know the way. Follow me.
Last year, we actually did get some serious haze from... I shouldn't say serious. When I say serious, I mean I actually had to get a kit to rinse out my eyes. But not so serious that we had to like leave or anything. It was just more of a... something's
We
wrong.
need to get this done fast. The Pinkertons will have reinforced in another
It's less
day
that you
or two.
see the haze, it's more that
The sooner we
everything
get
has a
out of here, the
slight
better.
reddish tinge to it. And my wife noticed that last week.
It's quite a ride up there. I saw some canoes near the bridge upriver, which would take us right up to Butcher Creek. Might be quicker. What do you think?
I'll take
Yeah,
a canoe.
boat's probably a good idea.
You don't have to worry about snakes.
It's good to see you again, Charles.
You too.
Thanks for what you did in Saint Denis. Real brave drawing them off us like that. I was worried you and Abigail had both got yourselves killed.
I found a spot to lie low for a while, then managed to get a ride with a wagon of workers heading out to the fields. Abigail said she somehow managed to slip away when they grabbed Hosea.
You did good getting the others out of there. Keeping everyone together.
Everybody was pretty shaken up when I got back to Shady Belle.
I thought you
It
said
was a
Shitty
tough
Bell.
few days. I couldn't have done it without Sadie.
So how did you find that spot back there? I assume the skulls on sticks weren't an addition of yours.
Old Strauss knew about it. The locals are terrified of the place, so we figured that might buy us some time.
Oh,
And it
snow,
did.
jeez.
Until one of you brought the law with you. Where did you end up again? Cuba?
Oh, not
I don't miss
exactly. An island off of there called Warma. Landed ourselves in a heap of trouble.
Really? A tropical island? Isn't that just what Dutch wanted?
Well, somebody drew a map and then
I
put a
guess
tiger
it didn't
trap at the
exactly
end of
live
it.
up to his ideals.
The iguanas were cool, though.
I ain't always sure Dutch knows what he wants anymore.
It's kind of a cool
Perhaps
camera
not.
shot.
But he's always managed to figure things out in the past.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
This would be a drone
Just-
shot.
It's been, guess I just miss Hosea and his, wisdom, you know?
Of course.
I don't care for that weather regardless. I haven't scraped my car since I lived in Detroit. I was smart and I left when the winter arrived. What is traveling horizontal? That was weird.
There's the bridge. There should be some canoes down to the right here. Well, I see one anyway. That'll do. Come on.
I like how we just take shit.
Okay. Butcher Creek is a few miles upriver. So I spent some time up this way while you were gone. I ran into Rainsfall and Eagle Flies. The Indians? And I've been trying to help out a bit where I can at their reservation. Things are bad.
My horse is like, oh, you asshole.
That's not a surprise. They seem to be in a lot of trouble and heading into more.
Some men there spoke a lot about the Murphy gang that hides out in these caves. We're gonna need to be careful. They're animals. Everyone is terrified of them.
Great. Dutch didn't mention this.
Well, hiding up here, it's not a crazy idea. This is a spot nobody comes near, even the law. Just be
You want
ready.
that other...
It won't be pretty.
So be it.
Wait, why did we want to do the canoes again? So we can wear ourselves out? I'm not in control anymore. Wait. Oh. I was like, how are you getting past that? I like the cutscene. This is cool. They got this part right. Oh, that's beautiful. I appreciate them saving us some time and making that cutscene kind of interesting. One thing I might have done different is I would have maybe added a humorous moment or a...
That's Butcher Creek up ahead.
Who are they?
Like, imagine him pulling a snake out of the water and freaking out the other guy with it.
Wait till you meet the Murphys.
Oh dear.
Alright, let's walk it from here.
I like how they've separated me from my horse.
Good evening.
You know how we get to the caves at Beaver Hollow?
You'll get away if you know what's good for you.
Come on, they're not gonna help us. I'm pretty sure it's to the north, up the road here.
I'm curious. Okay. Not that far from Annisburg. Okay. This will be my last mission tonight, I think. Dog. I'm not gonna do it.
Murphy Hills, stranger. Might watch where you wander.
Right. You know, if we knock a few of our teeth out, we could blend right in with them.
It's a bit of a walk. We could grab
If I were to go,
Probably won't miss him if we get him back by morning.
Okay.
Okay.
If I pet the dog, he won't bark at me later. Somehow I doubt they'd be terribly keen on us taking their horses.
You can see why folks don't want to come around here. Ain't exactly a welcoming place.
Lots of stories of people going missing around these parts. Just recently, a stagecoach from Annisburg. disappeared without a trace coming through here.
Guess that's good for us. Assuming these inbred bastards are willing to part with their home, which I'm sure they won't be too pleased about.
No. But I believe they hide out all over Roanoke Ridge. These caves are just one of their spots. Which is why we should keep it down. They might have lookouts around.
Okay.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. Keep it down. Silence your horse. Get him some Nikes.
You see that up ahead?
No.
Slow down. Keep it quiet. It could be some of them.
What are you... Oh, I see. Okay.
I say we dismount here and follow them on foot. See where they're going. Follow me. Stay quiet.
Crouch. Crouch, crouch, crouch. This is the Portland getting under the rain crouch. This is how people stay dry in Portland. The water evaporates 2 feet above the ground.
Let's get closer to them.
$10 says I kill a critter on foot. Can't believe how social the creatures are being here.
Come on. Up this way.
I think they do that so that your horse will run over them once in a while. We had a scaredy cat squirrel appear today. At first I thought he was just cool that I was in the kitchen, but then I realized he didn't see me, possibly because the window was reflective. Oh dear.
Definitely Murphy's. I say we deal with them from here. You take one, I'll take the other.
Do I have my throwing knives? I don't have a throwing knife? Oh, here we go.
You're a son of a bitch, you know that?
What are you waiting for? Damn it, they're... That was close.
Oh, I didn't kill him?
Come on.
Good job, dude.
We must be close now. Let's stop and have a look from the top of this hill there. Let's go.
I want my knife back. I want my knife back. I want my knife back. There we go. Okay. Oh. Did I get my knife back? No. Where's my knife? There we go. There we go. Okay. I like having a competent sidekick here.
Okay. Let's see what's going on.
That's the stagecoach we're missing.
His beard looks awesome in that light. What? Which end
Must
is
be in
up?
the cave. All right. Let's get on with this.
Okay. What you think? We can head into the cave or flush them out with dynamite?
Which answer am I gonna pick?
That might be safer.
Yeah. Let's be quiet and hope they don't come out. Let's get this over with.
Oh, are we gonna blow them in? That sounded really weird, sorry. I already like this mission. This has been a much better mission. I think because Dutch isn't here, I like it better.
Okay. Get in a bit closer, then throw it in
I'll do this.
Hey, dynamite, Arthur.
Looks like it.
Oh, I like that music.
It's on there, Charles.
Here they come. Let's get in there.
Come on. Get out of my way, dude. Oh. What? Gee, the guy who kept running into my arc of fire died. Checkpoint. Kind of like that music that was going on. It was pretty good. Do 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 do. Oh goody, I get to blow it up again. I still have a fire bottle too. I wonder if that would help.
Okay, get in a bit closer.
Okay.
Throw it in. Light that stick and throw it in there.
Looks like it's on there, Charles.
Here they come. Let's get in there.
Okay, you were wrong about these crazy sons of bitches.
I can't see! Oh, I need a hat.
That's one way to get a new hat.
Interesting, they're big on the flowers here. Not gonna lie, I was hoping for it to flash and somebody did.
She's alive.
Oh, interesting.
You want the girl, do you? You can join it.
Can't see shit. Not my best choice of weapons. Why do I think that's our duchy? How are you still alive? Good grief!
Charles, see any more?
Not for now. Come on. Let's get that poor girl out of the cage.
Please don't kill me.
Where is she?
Stay away from me.
How do I defuse?
Just calm down.
Oh, there she is.
Don't touch me.
Hey, we're not gonna hurt you.
It's okay.
This is like when I was trying to rescue that kitten.
You're safe. It's okay.
This is one of the better missions, by the way.
It's okay. Okay. Let's go.
Are we gonna loot everybody before we go? Can we...
Where you from?
Annesburg.
What do we do with her?
Take her there and I'll go get the others.
Sure.
That place sucks. Can we take her to Saint Denis or something?
Yes. You okay to ride on my horse a little? I'll keep you safe.
She's reading my hat. Like, I don't know.
Annesburg, right?
Yes. They
Look at the horse skeletons there.
Okay, miss.
the others, they killed them.
You're safe now.
Using a pelt as a roof?
Try to breathe.
What's wrong?
I want to go looting. I bet you these guys got all their riches from the Tooth Fairy. Here, I'm gonna put you on the fire because I'm a sadistic asshole. Splat. Yeah, it's oh, fire bottles! Those are nice. I like those. Dang it! I wanted to put them on the fire there. Yeah, that rock formation right behind Arthur there. I'm pretty sure that's a scan of a real rock formation. I'm just saying, because that's what I've been working with lately, so maybe I'm wrong. Oh dear, what? What is this shit? Ew! I don't blame that horse. That horse is like, fuck this. Alright. Calm down, horse. Calm down. Okay, fuck you then.
So you was just talking about something?
They're animals.
Let me pick up where I was crying from. Where's what? His name I can't remember all of a
It's
sudden.
all right, miss.
It's not Hosea.
Why was
Shit. Can't remember his name. Which is a bummer because he's awesome.
Some folks just evil. Ain't no point
Oh,
trying
that's so
to
surreal to
explain
me.
I haven't slept in days.
Hey, we're in
I
Sacramento.
know. What's your name, miss? It's okay.
Meredith.
You're gonna be home soon, Meredith. And this will all be over.
Except you're going to Annesburg, which makes me think it's not going to be over
Where in
because.
Annesburg?
One of the mining cottages. If you get me to the main street, I can show you from there.
Okay. Just try to relax.
I'm just admiring that ground texture. I worked on a movie once where I made one look kind of like that. I was so proud of it, and like I was the only one who liked it. It wasn't the focus of the environment, so nobody really cared, but. I'm glad I enjoy doing environments, because it helps me appreciate stuff like this. Alright. It's not even my horse, so I don't care.
Just head for the main street. It'll be easier to walk from there.
Hey there, mister. Yes.
Oh shit, my mask is on.
Oh. Thank God.
I gotta take my mask off.
This place is yours.
Up at
Shit,
the
I
top of
forgot
the
it.
hill. It's near the blacksmith.
Come on now.
Ma! Ma! Meredith! She's alive! Oh, she's alive!
It looks a little like Carrie Fisher
Saw
to
some
me.
pretty bad things, I'm afraid, man.
They automatically took my mask off, which is good.
How did you manage
I
to?
just ran into them and found her.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me give you this.
Oh, that's okay, ma'am. You just keep her warm and keep her safe.
I think I did the right thing by declining that.
Mrs. Downs?
Oh, no. You leave me alone. You just leave me alone.
This is Downs?
Thanks, buddy.
Client? I don't remember who Mrs. Downs is. Why'd he put his mask back on? That gets me in trouble. Hang on, I'm gonna look this up real quick. rdr2 Downs. Pretty sure there's a reason it showed me that.
How you get on?
Okay. Found a girl. Took her home.
Oh.
You and Micah find anything?
Maybe. I think maybe. I found our old friend, Mr. Cornwall.
You did?
Yeah, he's buying a stake in the mine in Annisburg.
Relentlessly ambitious fella, isn't he?
Mike and I'll sniff about, see if he knows we're here, and exactly what his plans are.
So, Dodge!
Oh, I think...
I found her drunk in Saint Denis.
You're back. How jolly, Miss O'Shea.
It's funny, you sack of shit!
Back
Who are
and
you?
drunk.
The Master, the Lord
Molly.
God Almighty!
Calm down.
I think she's somebody we collected from when her husband died.
I ain't her! I ain't your stooges!
Calm
You
yourself.
don't owe me nothing!
Miss.
I don't owe you nothing! Nothing!
Okay.
I'll spit in your eye. I did! I told them!
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I told them and I tell them again. Now I've got God's ear.
You told who what?
Mr. Milton and Mr. Ross about the bank robbery, and I wanted them to kill you.
You did what?
I loved you, you goddamn bastard! Go on,
She's
shoot me!
crazy. She ain't worth it.
You told on me.
Oh, you're
You
not so
betrayed
big now,
me.
are you?
Why?
Just calm down.
Arthur,
She's a fool. Get her out of here.
you know the
You're
rules.
not so big now. Are we, Your Majesty?
You...
Ooh!
She knew the rules, Arthur. What the hell is wrong with you? Mr. Pearson, Mr. Williamson, get this body out of here and get it burnt.
Okay.
Now get back to work, all of you! Quit your lollygagging! Get back to work!
I think that moment with Mrs. Downs might have been more pertinent if I'd played it more recently. But I think what happened was her husband died of tuberculosis, and we collected from her anyway. Something like that. I don't really remember. I'm going to get to a save point and call this done. That is a beautiful shot. Oh, look at that. Nicely done. How did he keep that hat on? He can keep it on while he's asleep, but heaven help me if I'm just riding around. Alright. Well. I didn't kill her. Why did I get a trophy?
You think I wanted to shoot her? You seem to like it. I saw that beady look in your eye. You're drunk again. And you're a fucking murderer. She broke the rules. She did no such thing. She was in love. You sour-faced old crone.
Why, Arthur?
Goddamn you. Murderer.
Uncle.
Murderer!
Jeepers.
She's in a bad way. She don't know what she's saying.
This is hitting everyone hard. In different ways.
I love that gram texture. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna fuck around for just a second here because I have an opportunity. And I'm gonna switch to a different save here. Antagonizer here, and then I'm gonna call it a night here. So, I've done this before. It gets me kicked out of the camp. I'm curious what you can say to her, because he was of the opinion, let her go. Oh, you can't!
Well, keep your head straight.
As if it matters.
Boo! So, do we own a cave now? Is this... Where the fuck are we? Hey, new option finally. Beaver Hollow.
You think Doug's just lost his mind, Arthur?
Yes.
I don't know anymore. I'm not sure I even care.
I do. We should quit that guy.
Micah says you've been saying crazy things about him.
Micah. Keep an eye out for Micah, Bill. He says a whole lot.
Aw, I was hoping to, Alright, well... Question is, are we at the cave? I got $1. It says that Leopold Strauss mission has to do with, what's her face that we just bumped into, Miss Downs.
Mr. Morgan.
There, Strauss.
No! Just saying hi.
About how I look.
I like how I keep trying to walk away, but he...
Are you perhaps available for some work?
Debtors?
Yes.
I guess.
Your commitment to your duties is admirable. You know, Mr. Morgan, you're... Well, I'm sorry for you. No, never mind. I didn't...
Look, Strauss.
You take care.
I ain't dead yet.
No, of course not. That's what I was saying.
The debtors, Strauss. Who owes you money?
Well, there's a deserter from Fort Wallace. Head
Oh,
to him
lovely.
first. They're looking for him out on the road near Three Sisters.
Yeah.
Man's name is J. John Weathers.
J. John Weathers.
Then there's a miner over in Annesburg. He's called Arthur. Like you. Arthur Londonderry. Family man, desperate, you know the type.
Couldn't one of the boys do this?
I tried. They lacked your... vigor.
Vigor, huh? All right.
Take care, Mr. Morgan.
I did not mean to start a mission. Oh, I'm enjoying the lighting in this environment. Okay, well, time to say goodnight. And I will see you next time.